got that dub against UW. So excited. I love winning. I don't know about y'all, but I love winning. So very excited. And we're here to talk about it. Definitely a game that was, had some moments in it, but a win is a win for sure. Do me a favor. Hit that like button, smash that like button, kick that like button, do whatever you got to do. Also, hit that subscribe. When we go live, you get notifications if you hit the bell and all that good jazz. Listen, Buckeyes are victorious. Let's just hop right into it. Oh, I'm sorry, real quick. Super chats help to go to our pay it forward. Military, first responders. You know we're going to look out for them because they look out for us. Now let's bring in the brother Nevada. What's up, man? How you feeling on this victory Saturday?
I'm feeling really good, man. It's going on the road, winning at a place, the longest home winning streak in college football, um, and overachieving, outperforming expectations. The betting odds were 7.5. I was saying all week I didn't think it needed to be that close, and it turns out it didn't need to be that close, and they won by 18 and took care of business, closed, finished out strong, and I think made a statement about the 2025 Buckeyes that we're going to be in this till the very end. So I was super proud of the effort, and some surprises in the game. Some things didn't exactly go as I thought they would, but a lot of
Right.
good things to talk about for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, it's one of those things where I got the game thread going on my Facebook. I'm in multiple chats. You got your different reactions, and it's just like it's a first and foremost, it's a 4-quarter game. I think we have PTSD of just past scary games, and I get it, but I wanted to see. I always like to see how our boys are going to respond to adversity before I personally freak out. You know what I'm saying? And them
So
boys
B,
showed
so
up.
so B, B so
Go
I don't
ahead.
I don't want to I don't want to interrupt you, but were people this is no cap. I wasn't reading the game thread were people really losing their minds?
Yeah. Listen. I got my Facebook, my Buckeye Sports Talk with B Moses Facebook page. I got a game
Okay.
thread there. I have
Okay.
several chats that I'm in. I have
Okay.
several, what a Facebook Messenger chat. I mean, I'm like 6 different chats, right? And so, yes, there were some who were starting to just trip a little bit, but especially on the Facebook page, some of them were just going absolutely nuts. But that's just what I'm just used to that, and I'm just like, guys, relax. Yes, that sucked. That sucked. But give us some time to actually respond. And so our guys definitely responded. But I'll say this, a lot to cover, a lot to talk about, a lot of players to mention. But kudos to Washington. Great environment. They came out with a pretty good game plan, I think, defensively. I listen, I know our game plan defensively appeared that we had holes. But look at the final result, Nevada. I'm going to pull up the yards and everything that we gave up and look at the points we gave up. So what was your thoughts on the defensive game plan from Ohio State as I pull everything up?
Well, I mean, I thought it was nothing short of brilliant. I mean, they were clear. I mean, you saw the rushers. The rushers were going and almost just standing there. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? They
Yep.
were just standing there, and um, they felt like that Washington could really do damage, big damage, if that guy was able to break contain and leave the pocket and start running around and doing stuff like that. And they just took that part of the game away from him, and they were going to make him beat you with his arm, and completed a lot of passes, threw the ball well. But then when the field started compressing, when it started getting down to the red zone, those big chunk plays down the seams weren't there anymore. And shut them down. I mean, anytime you hold the second ranked team in the country in scoring to 6 points, on the road, like
Good day.
it's a good day. It's a good day. But Patricia earned his money, man. And so, look, we can nitpick about this player or that player or whatever it was. And I mean, did Caden McDonald, I mean, bail out Edric Houston on that play? I thought that was weak sauce on that call personally. The thing about the
It was a little
the
ticky tack.
punch, it was a little ticky tack, but
Yeah.
I've got bigger things to talk about on the officials and the announcers, but we'll get that into another segment. But all in all, what did Washington end up with offensively? Like 250 yards or something like
Yeah.
that?
So check this out 234 total yards for this
It's,
offense at home, y'all. Do y'all like that's crazy? They had 173 passing, 61 rushing. Remember, I asked you, Nevada, on the last show. I gave you the trifecta of prediction. I said, will Coleman have over 100 yards? Will Williams have over 200 yards? And would your boy Boston have, I believe I said a touchdown? And none of them happened. Now you were charitable, and I think your pick was more than fine because he almost got to 200. You said Williams will have over 200 passing because they will be forced to pass, and the other guys would not meet their goal. None of them got it. Okay. Us on the other hand, we had 208 yards. Let me see. Julian saying 22 for 28, 208 yards, 2 TDs. Bo Jackson rushed 17 times for 80 yards, 4.7 yards per carry. Donaldson 9 for 39, 4.3 yards per carry. And let me see. Jeremiah Smith had 8 receptions for 81 yards. And Brandon Ennis, he bounced back from that terrible fumble. I wanted to wring his neck. I'm a Brandon Ennis apologist. Well, I was almost off the wagon on that play, but he redeemed himself. I don't want to get all over the place. We'll get back to that. But this was just an overall Cardinal Tate, 33 yards, 11 yards per reception. Max Clare had a couple big receptions. Just an overall really good effort by the team. But sticking with defensively, this stat line, I mean, what this defense did, because listen, y'all, and I'm going to briefly explain this, Nevada. Because listen, I told you, a lot of people just throw stuff out. Fans who, how can I not be mean? Fans who are emotional and maybe not as knowledgeable, or if they are knowledgeable, it's clouded by their emotion, throwing stuff out there. This defense is trash, and our defense is horrible. Listen, the game plan was to contain. I kept saying this before the pod. We kept saying this. Contain Williams, contain him, squeeze the pocket. Okay, make him throw downfield in the zone. Listen. Credit to him. He made some nice throws, but it wasn't sustainable. And you see, we started to get to him. We're not going to play a bunch of man and not keep contained and allow him to go crazy on the edges. That's how he kills you. Not only with his legs running, but with his legs buying time downfield. So the game plan was going to let up some plays. He was going to make some plays downfield because he has a good arm. He's accurate. They got, some good receivers. But you see, we clamped down in the red zone. Like, that's the difference. We held them out of the end zone. That was the game plan. It was executed, not always perfectly at times, but effective overall, Nevada. And that's what y'all have to understand about defense, NFL defense, is you're going to give something up, especially against a dynamic playmaker. But the end result was what? What'd I say? 234 total yards for the second best offense in the country, with all these dynamic players that these analysts have been just talking about real big all week. I'll take it, Nevada.
I mean, well, yeah, it was I mean, let's look at the end result. Let's forget the iterations that kind of get you there, and the hand wringing and the teeth gnashing and people crying. I mean, 6 points. If we said before the game 6 points and 234 yards, most people would want to build a statue for Matt Patricia again. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But I mean, so if you're complaining about the defense, man, you're missing it because they're playing some great defense. I mean, they're just your point was so spot on. That's what I don't think people understand. You can't take away everything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you got to give up something to modern offenses in 2025. It's not like this is the 85 Bears and you just smother and you take away the run, you take away the pass, you sack them every play, and like
Hmm.
you got to give up something. So what they were counting on was that Washington could not sustain drives through the air against them. And they gave us some run on that one big run. It looked like the announcers completely missed us, but Caleb got completely held by that guy on
He
on
got
the
hooked.
run. He got hooked
I
completely,
mean,
but yeah. So but the I thought all in all, our guys did a great job, and considering this defense lost 8 starters off the team last year, I mean, they really came to play. Arvell Reese is a wrecking machine. He's he's
man,
he's he's too good because it makes me sad. I've said it before, but I think that's a guy that's going to be really hard to keep out of the draft. Another guy, Caden McDonald, really, really good player. Makes me sad. Going to be hard to keep him out of the draft because those two guys are absolutely freaking monsters. And they're just a wrecking crew. Sonny was good. Although Sonny, I said this in our group chat, but I'm like, Sonny is he's the slowest, fastest guy fast guy that I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He's just not fluid or twitchy or what. I don't know how I can describe it. He's a little stiff when he's out there sometimes. And I think, sometimes some of those passes to the seam were kind of getting in there. Um, but look, that's picking nits. This defense, they showed absolutely won the game today. Your special teams did enough. They made field goals, made extra points and stuff like that. Well, I guess the fumble was on the punt return on Ennis, and so that was bad. But no, the
Yeah.
defense absolutely won this game. They get all the game balls, and Matt Patricia gets we're gonna change it to Patricia Lane outside of the stadium, as far as I'm concerned, because he is a wizard and doing wizardy things every week for the Buckeyes.
Definitely doing wizardy things. Real quick, go ahead, lean in, BJ. My son
Oh
wants to say
wow!
hi. He
Oh
has
wow!
his Jeremiah Smith jersey on. He's ready to go throw around with daddy after this. We're gonna do that. He's pumped after the game. You know what I'm saying? Here, turn around, show him the Smith on the back. Hold
I
on.
love it.
Boom, boom. Yeah, but
It-
all right. So we gonna hook up after this, son. Go Bucks.
This like
I'll let you know. What'd you say?
this is like cats in the cradle. Can I throw the ball, Dad? Not now, son. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Hey, listen, he is hyped after the game. I mean, like, he
Oh,
got
I
his
know.
jersey on, big
I'm ready to
win.
come over. I got my jersey on. I'm ready to come over and throw the ball with you guys now.
Yeah,
Because
you know what I'm saying?
I gotta go. I gotta go underhand though. I gotta go underhand because the rotator cuffs a little bit.
The
So
grandma throws.
yeah,
I'll
the
take
grandpa.
that.
I'll throw those underhand throws to you, but I can do it. But yeah, the rotator cuff's a little stiff, so I can't get it out there.
That's funny. And yeah, I got singing accuracy in my backyard. It's like it's a special, I don't know what it is. It's an aura. But anyway. But listen, so excellent points. Somebody mentioned Curry. I know Curry is a tweener because you mentioned guys, leaving for the draft. Curry is playing like an NFL draft player. He's just interesting because of his size. Where is there a certain system in the NFL that will like take a flyer on him because he is going? Nevada, listen, he was one of my predictions, like a breakout player prediction, but I'm not even gonna hold you. I was not seeing this much effectiveness. I mean, he low-key might be the most disruptive on the D-line right now. Nevada.
Well,
Like
he reminds me of there's a player, older player. Some of you guys will get the reference, but we'll probably look at the measurables and it'll be nothing like it. But he reminds me of Teddy Bruschi, who used to play for New England.
Patriots,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and he was, I believe he played for Arizona. I think, he was a guy he could stand up or he could be on the defensive line or he could do whatever. And Caden Curry was dropping into coverage a ton of times. Like when they were throwing short, he
Yeah,
was
I
dropping back
noticed
there and
that.
making a cover, But yeah, he's just like a Swiss Army knife. He can do anything out there on the field. And clearly such a versatile piece in this defense and a really, really, really smart player. They were so good at recognizing and sniffing out screen passes and
Yeah,
other things today. And just our defense just plays smart. Like we're not a dumb defense. You know what I'm saying? Edric Houston made a dumb play, but we are not a dumb defense. We
yeah.
play very, very intelligently and just take things away systematically. And it's just a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, we're not. And you know what? Who else deserves some flowers? Igbenogson has really stepped his game up, man.
Oh,
Igbenogson
yeah,
is a
I agree.
good player. And you know what he is, y'all? He's always been a very good tackler. Like he's very good at coming up and helping with tackling in open space and in the open field. And he made some really big tackles today. And you mentioned Edric Houston. I'm not gonna go too long on him, but bro, you are a dog. Get your mind right. Now listen, that was a little ticky-tack. They could have let that go, but still, bro, come on, man. Don't even give him the opportunity to do that. But that's neither here nor there. Overall, like you said, the defense is very smart. They play smart. They're well coached. Kenyatta Jackson, great job. A textbook clinic contained where he stood there. I mean, he literally got there in position and said, all right, what you going to do, young fella? And trapped him and smothered him. And so, this defense is legit. But you know what they're going to say, Nevada? You know what they're going to say? This
What
is
they
what
can
they're
say.
going to say right here. I made a meme.
Oh, I
So
like it.
what? Washington was overrated. You see, I got my
Yeah,
wings and my beard,
I like
ready
it.
to chow down. But listen, it doesn't matter. We got the win. I want to talk about the offense a little bit, but I want to say overall before we get to the offense, overall, we have to remember, y'all, as fans, it's a 4-quarter game. Okay, allow the kids to respond before you freak out. For the people freaking out, kudos to y'all who weren't freaking out. I saw somebody in the chat say I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. Listen, I was a little nervous. There's nothing wrong with being a little nervous. I'm talking about the fire everybody people, the we suck people, we're trash people, we're gonna lose 3 games people. Yes, those people. It happens every game if it's not perfect. So I'm just trying to give y'all some wisdom here. It's a 4-quarter game. We're going against a good team, playing against the number 1 team in the country on a 22-game winning streak. They got some good players, y'all. And if we make mistakes, like fumbling the ball, extra goofy, and giving them basically taking away a whole possession, where possessions are like gold, you're just going to make things worse. But they responded, Nevada, in the second. Well, actually, to end the first half, they won the middle 8, like Ryan Day said. They won the middle 8. Okay, this is why they're an elite team, the number 1 team on the road in a hostile environment. Do you get shook and rattled, or do you come back, punch them in the mouth, and finish the game off? And that's what I'm leaning into. The mistakes were frustrating, Nevada, but it's a 4-quarter game. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And them boys finished, and I'm proud of them. What say you?
Well, I mean, offensively, if you look at the drives, and I'm going just off the top of my head, I don't have the drive chart in front of me, but like the first one, you go all the way down, and then you get stopped on 4th and short,
Right.
which to me, we learned something later in terms of when we're going to go to these heavy sets, run the running back quickly into the line. Do you know what I'm saying? Not this long, drawn
Yeah.
out handoff in the back. You know what I'm saying? And we did it later on a 4th and short, and CJ Donaldson got the first down. And I hope we learned something on that. And obviously on the last one, we rolled out and threw a pass. Scored an easy touchdown. Had Jelani open in the back of the end zone. Had
Yep.
CJ open on the front. So we had 2
2
guys
people
open
open.
on that
Yep.
play.
Yep.
So that was good. That was the first drive. Second drive, we stop them, and Ennis fumbles on the 20-yard line. Going in. You know what I'm saying? And then we get stopped on downs on third, and then we go and score the touchdown. So we did. Possessions were at a premium in this game. Washington was obviously doing that smart thing, running the clock down to the end. Trying to run the clock, shorten the game, do those things with it. But look, the offense. To me, this was a clear tale of 2 halves. The first half, it did not seem like Ryan Day and Brian Hartline trusted Julian Sain to put him in difficult spots. You know what I'm saying, like that. I didn't feel like they were trusting him to throw the football. Second half, they were much more open. Now, I still think Julian's still holding. I think he's being a little careful with the ball right now, because I think
Mhm.
that Ryan's really drilled into him the the whole thing about interceptions, and how those things just can't happen. And so I think he's being a little careful with it. But
Yeah.
all in all, the second half, I don't know what his second half stats were, but it seemed like he was lighting it up, being much more aggressive in terms of throwing the ball. And I really believe this is going to be part of the evolution of Julian Sain, as they kind of open the playbook for him, trust him more, let him throw more, because I think when we throw, it just opens everything up. That's the first thing I'll say. Second thing I'll say is Bo Jackson is by far our best running back. You know what I'm saying? With
Mhm.
all due respect to CJ Donaldson, with all due respect to James Peoples, like CJ Donaldson, he gets whatever's blocked up. If it's blocked up for 5, he gets 5. If it's blocked up
Right.
for 2, he gets 2. I can't remember who the runner. I think it was Leroy Horde that said, uh if you need 2, I'll get you 3. If you need 4, I'll get you 3. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like, I mean, CJ just kind of, he gets the minimum what's blocked up. Some of these plays were blocked up really well on that first drive, and he got 6 yards when I felt it should have been 16. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bo has got that extra gear, that extra slipperiness. He's just better. and we're better when Bo Jackson's in there. And I appreciate what CJ Jonathan did. I was glad he caught that last touchdown pass. Made some good short yardage runs, but Bo's just better. Bo's just better. So I think as they trust Julian Sane more, as they which involves opening the playbook, and you saw at the end of the game, even just they were throwing the ball when they could have just run 3 times and then punted, and they didn't. They let him throw that slant to JJ Smith there at the end, and he threw that big pass to Max Clare, that the exact same play that Max Clare dropped the ball
Texas.
against Texas.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and this one, it was like, okay, now you see what Max Clare can do. Max Clare can be a heck of a weapon for us, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So, it was good to see him involved. So no, I was I thought the game would be a 28-point spread. It ended up being an 18-point spread. But I think that the Ennis, the win condition for Washington always in this thing was, can they get big stops, in the red zone, and do we turn the ball over just haphazardly? And that's what happened on the Ennis thing, especially on a punt return, because on a punt return, you're getting possession, and then you give it back to them.
Right.
So those feel especially bad. But again, the Buckeyes persevered. Having a little bit of adversity for this team is not the worst thing in the world. Had we just gone out and rolled and blown them out, um, maybe next week's a little different or whatever. But I think this is the kind of win where they face a hostile crowd, they face a hostile environment, pulls the team together. They pull it out, have a big win, exceed expectations, because everybody's expectations was maybe this is a touchdown game, and it didn't turn out being a touchdown game. It was an 18-point game. So like I said, I think this was the perfect type of road game for Ohio State, and a great win, and a real credit to Ryan Day. I feel Ryan Day is getting looser as a head coach. I think that this would have been a game that might have been problematic for him in the last couple of years, more problematic. I think he would have been a little tighter, but I think he's starting to loosen up, and I think that's starting to manifest itself in some of the play calls and how we're attacking and what we're doing, and I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, amen to all of that. We got out of here with the dub. This is another data point, another growth chart point for saying, and for a Heartline and the offense, trusting, saying, earning trust. And listen, Washington was doing some stuff on the back end, y'all. They even showed you occasionally on the CBS in between the breaks of how they were running some cover 3. They were bracketing JJ. They were doubling him often. They were doing some things on the back end. But there were times where there were windows, and maybe Sand didn't want to make those throws. And listen, I'm not back there behind his helmet to see exactly what he's seeing, but I do think the more his confidence keeps going, he'll make those throws, because it's a balance as a young quarterback, hearing Day's voice in your ear, like Nevada said, about taking care of the ball. And this is like, do I really need to make that throw? It's a balance. It's a walk. It comes with confidence and reps, and he'll get it more and more and more. But yeah, like you said, in the second half, things started to settle down a little more. We stopped making so many mistakes. I'll say this. We got to clean up some of these penalties. Phillip Daniels, I love you, but come on, dog, with these holding calls and the hands to the face. Edric Houston, be more disciplined. Tegra, false starts. Let's clean that up, fellas, especially on the road, because those things are drive killers and ultimately can put you in harm's way. But I want to say, sticking with the offense, I want to talk about my guy Ennis, okay? Because, again, I was hot after that fumble, because to me it was such a silly, careless play. I mean, it was just like, dude, hold on to the ball. It was just, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? It was just goofy to me. And it was a killer in the moment. This game should have been over sooner than that, because I feel like we had momentum and we were in great field position, and he just gave him more life, just being careless. But to give him credit, he had 3 receptions for 34 yards, and he gained a first down, I believe, on every one of his catches, at least 2 out of 3. So he kind of redeemed himself somewhat with that effective play. The little pass out to the flat with the blockers in front of him. He did a really good job at that. And that's what I envisioned for him when I compared him to KJ Hill. Those plays were very KJ Hillish. I don't expect him to be the take the top off guy. I expect him to be the good underneath guy to move the chains, digs, slants, short routes, flats, stuff like that. That's where he lives. So it was good to see him step in and do that, especially after the mistake he made. And he's still learning. He's still young. He still needs reps as well. But this team is not a finished product, y'all, by far, not even close. And Sayan is already surgical and looking very, very good in spots. Just imagine how he's going to look at the end of the season. That throw to Claire on the sideline was just as good, if not better, than the one at Texas that Claire dropped. Just a beautiful precision throw. And the throw to Tate, too, where he toe tapped it. Great throw, man. So I'm just very happy with this team and how they fought through adversity. Broke a 22-game winning streak on the road in a tough environment with a lot of people calling upset and saying we're not going to cover because a lot of people were hedging. They didn't want to call the upset, but they said Ohio State will not cover. So don't try to act like this is, it's not impressive. No, this was impressive, Nevada.
Yeah. On Ennis, obviously the fumble was terrible and inexcusable. I thought his block coming back the next play when we finally got the ball back, we threw a swing pass out to James Peoples, and he was the lead blocker, and he kind of fanned on the guy, and the guy kind of came up and stopped Peoples.
Yeah.
I thought that was equally egregious. But then to your point, after that, he was nails. So, hey, life isn't about judging you by your worst plays. It's about how do you respond. And he's had a really tough start to that game. But if he plays like that, if those are the kind of plays that he can make, and I want to. Julian puts those balls on the outside in a place where guys can catch it and run with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not behind them, it's not there, and but Brandon can make those plays, and I think he might have got first downs on all three of those plays. So those were all really big receptions by him. And that's what we need out of our third receiver. If they're going to do that, if they're going to take away JJ. I mean, today Washington, I don't know how much they did in terms of taking away JJ and taking away Carnell and stuff like that, because JJ still was able to. I think he had 80 something yards receiving or something. But I think that Ohio State, until they really start opening up and becoming kind of an air raid type of thing, you just need to get those 6 and 7 and 8 yard receptions. And Julian was getting those. And he was putting that ball out there to Brandon. He put some important passes out there to Max Clare, to Carnell Tate in some big situation where we got down to the goal line. So no, I was super happy with thing. It's not about perfection. This whole college football season is a journey. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't win the national championship today. There's no way you can win the national championship, but you can take another step towards getting there. You can lose it, but you can't win it today. And I think for Ohio State, you ask yourself, did we get better today or did we get worse? And I think undoubtedly we got better. We found out. I mean, as much as we want to talk about the bad penalties and the hands to the face and the punch and stuff like that, zero procedure penalties, I believe, right? Can you think of one? Maybe Tigra. Tigra had
Tegra. Yeah, he had the false start. Yep.
He had the false start, but I think they had 4 or something like that. So
they did.
I thought that we really responded and handled the crowd noise really well. We looked cohesive on the offensive line, and I want to give a special shout out to that. I want to talk about a couple of topics though, related to this, and I want to kind of get your opinion. But was Danielson absolutely insufferable today?
Oh my goodness!
I mean, I don't watch CBS a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So is he always this bad?
Yes. Yes.
He is.
He is.
Okay.
And SEC fans kind of warned me. When CBS came over with the contract a year ago, they warned about Danielson. And it's it's one thing. It's just like, do you got money on Washington? Like,
yeah, seriously. It was like it was personal to him or something like that.
Like, come on, dog. Like, are you you got your purple pom-poms out? Like, dude, just call the game. Like, make your observation and move on. I mean, he just kept hammering and hammering. Yeah, bro. He can be trash at times.
How many times did he mention the personal foul on Julian Sayin on that? I mean, seriously, he just went on and on and on. It kept going on, and then they came back and he said, "Well, they scored on that touchdown due to that, that personal foul and this and that." And it's like, I mean, look, I've seen a lot less. I mean, that's not the worst call that I've ever seen in terms of that
No, it's
stuff like
not.
that. The guy came in late and standing up and hit Julian high. So I mean, did I think that was a little ticky tack? Yeah. Did I think Edricks was a little ticky tack? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my first thing because I thought Danielson was absolutely like my ears were bleeding listening to this guy and it was so obvious that I don't know if it's because he's from Northwestern and he hates Ohio State or whatever it was, but he just didn't. I mean, it just seemed like he was visibly upset by things going, against Washington on that unsportsmanlike conduct play that they called on the coach early in the game, the
Yeah.
sideline interference thing, which did
Yeah.
again looked a little weak, but who knows what the backstory was on that. But that's first observation. My second one, and this is one that you and I have dealt with before, but I got to go to it again. Replay is broken.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now it didn't end up costing us the game today or anything, but let me just say once again, replay is put in to reverse irrefutable evidence of error on the field.
Right.
Word evidence being irrefutable. Okay. And if it's not irrefutable, you just go with what was called on the field because that's what we did for 100 years. We went with whatever the call was on the field. And now they're getting it. I mean, for them to reposition that one on the Bo Jackson run on the 3rd and 17 and say, he out at the 3.5 yard line. It's 2 inches short or whatever it was on the first down. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, there is no way on God's earth that you could tell whether that ball was. It looked to me, and I said the same angles they do, like the ball was at the marker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
how and that's not you're not even sure if you've got an exact view down the line. If your view on the camera is not exactly down the line, you get to what's called parallax view, and
Right.
it's not exactly accurate. So unless you've got chips in the ball or something like that,
Right.
which they should do. That's what the NFL is doing now. The NFL is doing where they have like ball marking things where you can see exactly where the ball is. I don't know why college football does that. But for them to try to change a spot by 2 inches based upon replay, that is not what replay was put in for. Replay was put in for was his foot in bounds or out of bounds. Oh,
Right.
I can see green between his foot and think, oh, that's in bounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not marking the ball to a 2 inch spot. Absolutely ridiculous. I hate it. Replay's broken. They got to fix it.
Yep. Yep. I mean, and the most egregious of replays is Marvin Harrison Jr. against Georgia.
That was
Over
terrible.
overturning a targeting call. That was clear
Huh?
targeting. When you see from the overhead, it showed him dropping his head. But I'm not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that. But
No, but let me just ask you: did you watch the Florida State Virginia game last night?
I caught the I caught the overtime. I missed the whole game. I just saw the
Okay.
overtime.
Well, what they had, which was really interesting, is when they had reviews, they had you listen in on the conversation between the referee and the review box.
Oh yeah, I heard that part. Yeah, in the overtime. Yeah, that was
That was
cool.
that was that was really good because
Yeah,
you get at
I like
least
that.
you get to hear. I'd love to hear the conversation when we had the strip against Clemson for the scoop and score with
Oh,
Jeffrey Okuda and hear how that wasn't a catch
oh
and
my
that wasn't.
goodness.
You know what I'm saying? Uh, like I think that's something that the Big Ten should do. I think that would lend to a lot more transparency about what they're looking for. But if you hear them say, "I think," or "it looks," or "it appears," or whatever it is, they should not use replay on that. That's
Yeah,
not something that you replay because appears is not replay. It's irrefutable.
irrefutable.
Irrefutable is no two reasonable people can have a different opinion on it. And I don't know, but
Right.
did that look like it made it the line to you? It looked like it made it to me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but again, it's like to your point, the spirit of nature, the intent of the rule is not to do what they did with that. So,
No,
but they keep doing that. It's like they're
they
taking the
get.
rules and just going a whole different direction. But I hear you. Your rant is valid because it's ridiculous. And luckily this time it didn't cost us a game. Um, but all right, let's jump on these super chats. Iowa Buck, thank you for your service, brother, patrolling these streets. I remember you, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for the $4.99. Some of our fans need to relax and trust our staff. They still haven't figured it out. Day knows what he's doing. Go Bucks. Absolutely. Like I said, I get it. I don't have a problem with people being nervous or just being like, dang, frustrated. It's just the keep your, how can I put it? Don't hit send. Even if it's therapeutic just to type out your goofy overreactive comment just to see it, don't hit send. Keep it to yourself. Okay? Because some of y'all just react way too quick before the game is over. You know what I'm saying? And you just end up looking foolish. It happens every game thread. It doesn't matter what thread it is. It's always something. But it's irritating to me, but I understand it. Whatever. Nevada, what you got on that?
Yeah, no, I think, part of the things that we try to preach on this show is just making you guys educated fans, making you guys better fans. Don't be those fans. Like you said, you can, we have a game chat, a little text between us in terms of nobody was saying on the game, on our text message thing, oh, we're going to lose. Oh, we suck.
Right.
Oh, yeah. No, it was more like, oh, that was disappointing, or
Yeah.
Brandon's got to be better, or whatever, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
yeah, those are totally okay. It's okay to be frustrated, but like to give up on Ohio State in the first quarter or draw conclusions about the defense or the offense or Julian Sane or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. It's the height of craziness, and you guys need to be less crazy.
Yes, it's a coping mechanism. It's a defense mechanism, and I hate it. Stop we're going to lose in the first quarter, guy. I can't stand it. Please get a grip. Sorry, but not sorry. Mike Green, thanks for the 499. Mo, we look like Bama on defense. I think Ryan spent a lot of time with Nick Saban. It's our team's mindset. It's Alabama-like, just no BS attitude. Yeah, I'll fly with that. Defense, yeah, I mean we gave up some plays. I listen. We told you we expected to give up some plays. They're a good team. Williams is legit. He's probably going to be the best quarterback we see all year. Maybe him and Altmaier. He's solid. I mean, but Williams is a legit problem, and so we handled him. Handled him. He made some throws, but he did not get off on us. We bottled him up. And so, amen. I agree. You think he's on to something with the Alabama comparison, Nevada?
I think it's spot on as usual. As usual, the great
Per
Mike Green
usual for Mike Green.
is spot on. Now you get your little game stats thing. How many sacks did we have today?
Ooh, hold on. I'm gonna have to pull that back up. I X'd out of it. So I'll get back to you in a second.
I'm just kind of curious.
Let me see if it team stats. Where the heck is the sacks? It's not showing the sacks on this. Give me a second. I'm gonna have to find it on another screen.
That's
I
cool.
counted 4. I thought it was
least,
4 sacks.
Yeah,
but I'm about to find it for you.
Because I think I predicted 6. I think I predicted 6. I think I'm not sure if we got to that, but we pressured the quarterback. For a team that was playing compression, not not all out, leaving rushing lanes open and sacking. I thought we did a heck of a job in terms of
6.
compressing the pocket. We had 6 sacks today.
Yep. Caden Curry had 3. Caden McDonald had 2, and then Kenyatta had 1.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Caden Curry 3 sacks. I mean, I call it. Remember they had 6 sacks coming in the season. But what did I say? I said we'll have 6. We'll double their sack total for the thing. On that one, I was absolutely prophetic. So yeah, way to go defense. 6 sacks against a very elusive quarterback, against a team that's used to getting the ball out quick. 6 sacks, 6 points, and 234 yards. I mean, like, come on. Can you say enough good things about the defense? That's ridiculous.
Not at all. Absolutely. Buckeye 91, 199. Thank you for that. That was a grind them out game by OSU. Tough. Yes, it was. Every game's not going to be perfect. You're a championship team with a target on your back on the road, 22-game winning streak. It was not going to just be easy. They were going to have to fight for it, and they did, and they won by 18 points. I'm very, very happy. You got anything on that, Nevada?
No, totally agree. 4 road games this year, at Washington, at Wisconsin, at Illinois, at Michigan, 25% of them out of the way, and I'll never take that for granted.
Absolutely. All right. Mike Green, thanks for the 499, brother. Understand this, Nevada. We winning with training wheels. We're literally slow walking this offense. Oh my God, imagine Jules week 8. Exactly. This is what I said earlier. We're in agreement. it's a progression. I mean, he's still learning. Hartline's still learning. The offense is still gelling. You know, a lot of young guys. I mean, that's the perspective. That's a great perspective. It's like we can't expect a week 12 level experience and execution in week 5. We should expect there's a standard that they need to execute. But I'm saying that's reality is they're still progressing. So that's a great call out. Nevada, you got anything on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, when people usually say like, "Oh, they're only opening up the playbook or only showing so much or something," look, you could see it with Ohio State, and you could see. How about that play call near the end where they ran the reverse to Carnell, in the red zone? Got a big gain down there. I mean, you could see them starting to grow confidence. More confidence in the offense, more confidence in Julian. And
Yep.
I totally agree. Once they let him go, I think we're going to look very different than we were today.
Hey man, Pooh Beard, what up? Thanks for the 199. Enjoy Matty P while you can. The haters are silent. They'll still there's going to be still a few that are going to be dumb and want to just kick and scream. But yeah, they were ready to say, "See, Detroit Lions, he ruined my Lions. He's going to ruin you." No, he's not. He's still dope. Shut up, Nevada. What you got?
I couldn't agree more, but enjoy him while he's here because it's a gift that he's here. This defense, remember, this is not a veteran defense. This defense that lost 8 starters off the defense last
Yeah,
year, and we play like we're a freaking an NFL veteran team. We're so smart on defense. We sniff
right.
stuff out. We play so intelligently and just I mean, I cannot be more impressed with the job he's at. A plus, no matter what happens. I mean, A plus job by Patricia. He's by far our coaching MVP, and that's saying something.
Amen. That's it. Bottom line. Listen, we're gonna bang out. These other games about to start. My son keep poking his head around the corner so we can go throw before it get too dark. We're
The
gonna go
the
do that.
cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Can we
He
throw
on
the
it.
ball, Dad?
Like, did you forget about me?
Dad, I
I,
love you, Dad. I love you. Come throw the
I
ball
don't
with
I don't
me.
want to be like Jim Carrey on Liar Liar and say, Max, I'm coming to throw with you and then not show up. So
Exactly.
I'm about to go do
Go,
that. So
go, B
listen.
Moses. Go, throw the ball.
Listen, love y'all, Buckeye Scoop family, Buckeye Nation. We got the dub. The best part about being 4-0 is you got the chance to be 5-0. We'll see y'all later. Peace.